Story County, helping build Nevada's future.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. On the broadcast today, Kathleen Taylor joins us. She's a candidate for Reno mayor, here for the whole show on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
Reno is full of hard-working, caring people. We're neighbors, business owners, families who need attainable homes, good-paying jobs, and a future we can count on. What we don't need are more big political promises with bigger price tags and politicians who let the latest Washington trends guide their policies. We need no-nonsense leaders with fiscal discipline who are focused on results for Reno families. I'm Kathleen Taylor, and I'm running for mayor to do just that.
Like a traditional handmade basket, retail is woven into the fabric of life in Nevada. From big box to mom and pop, retail supports our communities in countless ways. Jobs for the disabled, team uniforms for kids, help for the elderly, and so much more. Retail employs over 1 in 10 workers. Retail supports Nevada, and we support retail.
RANNV.org.
The Nevada Builders Alliance has been protecting the interests of the construction industry for over 50 years. Our programs save members thousands of dollars every year and allow them to provide much-needed benefits to their employees. Our industry also allows Nevada to grow. If you're thinking about a career in the construction industry, reach out. And if you haven't thought of a career in construction, what are you waiting for? We are the Nevada Builders Alliance.
Meet Nevada Health Link, Nevada's official health insurance marketplace. Your link to savings, selection, free assistance, and name brand health insurance, where 90% of enrollees lower the cost of their monthly premium. Everyone deserves access to quality health coverage, no matter your income or family size. Visit NevadaHealthLink.com. A few minutes could save you hundreds of dollars per month.
Nevada Health Link. Our plans are made for your plans.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we are taping this on June the 1st, and that's important because the Reno City Council is going to have a meeting today on data centers. And our guest is Kathleen Taylor. She's a candidate for Reno mayor and currently sits on the Reno City Council. And the reason I wanted to have you on the program was not so much your mayor's race, but more that you were the only person who didn't vote against data centers in this most recent round, looking at putting a moratorium on data centers. So my first question to you is, why did you do that?
Well, thanks for the question. Thanks for having me here this morning. To me, the vote was about a moratorium on data centers in the city of Reno. And I thought it was a lot of political gimmicks to even have the vote when the work was being done at the regional level. And then the second part of that is I think Reno has a real opportunity to be a leader in the data center policy framework. And saying that we're going to do a moratorium is sort of like, walking into a dark room, not knowing what we're doing and saying we're not even going to do the work and we don't know where the switch is actually. So I think it's poor policy for Reno to do something like that when we were doing the work regionally.
Okay, so when you say regionally, this was a combination of Washoe, Reno, and Sparks?
Correct. So at the regional, Truckee Meadows Regional Governing Board, all three jurisdictions, and we also have the school board trustee on there for input. They're doing the stakeholder engagement with all of the different agencies and all of the different stakeholders to gather the information.
Reno is currently $24 million in debt in the budget, right?
We did balance our budget, but we're going to have a significant shortfall every year if we don't change the way we do business.
Right, and then you've got another $2 million since that came out with hiring the sheriff's department to run the police department. So that's another, so now we're at $26 million. In the budget, there's an increase for the police department, which I'm not opposed to. And there's no money to pay for all this. Data centers, by virtue of the fact that huge construction jobs at the front end, and then as time goes by, every 3 to 5 years, you have to change out all the servers. That is millions and millions of dollars that benefit through taxes the district, whether it's the city of Reno, Sparks, Washoe County, or any of the other counties. It's just hard for me to fathom this opposition. And what's ironic is the opposition is all on Facebook and Twitter, which are
Yeah.
data platforms that need data storage centers. Do I have this kind of
No,
right?
you're absolutely right. And I think that, the people that came to us and expressed their concerns, I definitely hear them and I understand their frustrations, but there's a lot of misinformation out there as well. We can absolutely do business with data centers if we're setting the rules as a community and as a leader and managing our resources and making sure the ratepayer does not pick up the tab for data centers, making sure that they're using water efficiently, and we can still get the economic benefits of them. And I've heard a couple people say, they're bringing in people out of town to build these data centers. That's absolutely incorrect. We're building them right here in Nevada with local jobs, the maintenance, the cybersecurity, the economic benefits that come after this. Like you said, just keep working to provide economic support to the city of Reno and social services, classrooms, all of the things that we need to be doing.
And it's ongoing.
It's ongoing.
The other part that people don't realize is that these companies can go anywhere.
Yeah.
And so if Reno makes itself an unfriendly place for data center companies, they're just going to go elsewhere. There is no, please stay, because
Well, in
we're a
our
lovely area, which we are,
Yeah.
but they'll go.
In our region, too, the way that we are zoned and the way we work together, you can literally walk across the street and be in Washoe County or walk across the street and be in Sparks. So for Reno, one of my sayings has always been Reno is open for business. And a moratorium just completely goes against that sentiment. And I've had local people tell me that, like, I want to bring my business here, and a moratorium sends a signal that we're not open for business anywhere, and the city of Reno is hard to do business with. But the resources are the same in Washoe County. They're the same in Sparks. It's the same Truckee River. It's the same Nevada energy grid. It seems to me that the moratorium was just a political gimmick at this time in the election cycle.
All right, so let's deal with some of the issues because, frankly, and it's understandable, people are becoming terrified of AI.
Sure.
I don't know that it's the entire population, but a significant portion of the population, whether they're scared that their jobs are going to go away. I would say to them, look back at the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
Jobs change, but they don't necessarily go away. But the three biggest issues I hear are water, but it seems to me that the data centers have already figured out how to reuse the water in a way that makes sense. And so you're not wasting water, you're reusing it.
They're reusing it.
Right. From the power point of view, they all understand now that they can't be on the NV Energy grid where the public is going to have to pay for it.
Absolutely.
In fact, Brad Crowell was here, who's on the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, and was talking about these small modular reactors that data centers are going to be putting in to be able to, as part of their generating power themselves, so it won't go on the ratepayers.
Yep.
The issue that I'm not that aware of, but I'm going to make myself more aware of, is the noise factor. But from what I am told, that can be mitigated fairly easily. And Rob Benner from Building and Trades is going to be on the program later this week, and we'll talk more about that. But am I correct that the biggest issues have already been addressed by the industries themselves?
Absolutely. And I think that it's always going to be getting better. They're always going to be working to be more efficient. So government, we get in the way of things, and then we can stop that innovation for them to get more efficient, to have better policies. I mean, the where the water is going, the whole technology of wastewater and how you recycle that is pretty fascinating. I've talked with Tumwa and DRI and Truckee Meadows Regional Planning. There's just a lot of opportunity for innovation here to keep our resources safe. And I think in Reno, we want to say, we're going to set the regulations, we're going to set the rules, you're going to follow them, and then we can work together.
Well, the Southern Nevada Water Authority, has been a worldwide example of using a resource and making it more available for more people and utilizing less than anybody else on the planet. And I thought that what Story County did with the sewage treatment plant to take the gray water and build, I believe in the end, it came out to be around $100 million that was spent between the county and the various companies out at TRI to utilize that gray water, which apparently gets used 9 times before it's used up. And I'm sure that the sewage treatment plant has plenty of sewage left to be able to be utilized in one way or another.
Yes.
And that also helps regionally, because at some point that sewage treatment plant is going to need to be upgraded, and that's $1 billion project that the public would have to pay for.
That we can work with data center partners and developers to start making those improvements too. We just did, I think, our largest public works projects in North Valleys with the APWF, the water recycling treatment plant. It's $290 million. So you're seeing it out east that these data centers are working on doing that already. So,
all right. So as we pointed out at the beginning of the program, the meeting is today with the City Council.
Yes.
And from what I've read so far in the media, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that this moratorium would just last through this year.
Well, the meeting is twofold.
Go ahead.
So the first part of the meeting is to work on a text amendment to bring in more of the regulations that the regional body and stakeholders are doing. So we're going to say, this is what we want you to look at: water, noise, energy, all of these things. The council, go get the text amendment, bring it back to us. The second agenda item is, do we still want to have a moratorium while we're doing this until December 31st?
All right. And do you believe that in any way that you would have the votes to not put a moratorium on?
I do not. I will stand consistent in my position. Like I said, a moratorium does nothing to get us where we need to be as far as data center regulation, as far as trying to bring economic development to the city of Reno. I was out knocking doors, and somebody asked me about data centers, and the guy actually said he's from Toyota, and he said, if I see a city that has put a moratorium, I don't want to do business there on anything. So there are things that we can do with the text amendment with our regional partners that we really don't need a moratorium. It's not necessary.
It also sounded like it was politically convenient that it would be right after the election and then other decisions could be made after that. Because it just seems to me that it's free money.
I don't know if there's such thing as free money, but the economic benefits are a real.
If I go out and sell something, okay, that's me working to make money. If somebody calls me up and says, "Hey, I'll give you X amount of dollars to do something," out of the blue, I go, "Hey, that's free money." Okay, I didn't even have to work for that.
Right.
Here, the data center companies have seen Story County and have done incredible things out there. And they're now looking at Reno, Sparks, Washoe County as an extension of that, along with Church. Pretty much all of Nevada.
Yeah.
It's an incredible opportunity that I would hate to see go away.
I agree with you. And I think the advancements in the technology and the efficiency is also something where there's amazing partnerships with DRI, with UNR, with TMCC, with other research facilities. Like you said, the economic benefits are just going to keep extending out into the future, and we can be the leader in that.
It also seems to me and we've had several of these data storage companies, CEOs and presidents on the program, and more to come. They understand that they have to be a part of the community. They are not just going to come in, rape the land, and go.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. And I think, like we discussed earlier, the ratepayer is not going to be responsible for the power infrastructure. Our water resources are precious, and you need to maintain those. It needs to be efficient. Those are the conversations that we're going to have. But we can do that in a partnership without saying we don't even want to have the conversation. We're not even open to have a discussion with you. That's what a moratorium says to me.
One of the things that I find interesting and that has not been nearly promoted well enough is the fact that even though we didn't have the world's greatest winter, all of our reservoirs are full. Tahoe is full. We have no shortage of water. I believe it's something between an 8 and an 11-year drought supply in northern Nevada. I mean, that's an incredible job that Tumwa has done over the years.
I sit on the Turkey Meadows Water Authority, and one of the first questions when I got on there was I asked our executive director, John Zimmerman, and I said, we always hear that we don't have enough water. And we went through all of the things, all of the reservoirs. We have plenty of water. In Reno, specifically in the North Valleys, we have a discharge challenge, and that's where APWF goes. We don't know where to put the water because it's a closed basin. So there's plenty of water resources. And Tumwa wasn't really part of those discussions at the city of Reno. You didn't see Tumwa come in. You didn't see Nevada Energy come in. You didn't see PUC come in. So we had 6 hours of one-way public comment. And I am really working to get to the other places, the other resources, to find out all the information on the data center subject.
Wouldn't that be great for somebody to make an educated decision?
I'm trying. I'm trying. That's what's fascinating about this job. You learn so much about all the different things.
To say the least. Let's take a break. We'll come back more with Kathleen Taylor. She's a candidate for Reno mayor after this time out.
My whole life has been public service. It's about people. And when we work together instead of yelling at each other, we get things done. We don't always get everything we want, but that's our system of government. Give and take. We don't give up. We keep working. We keep pushing. And when we break ground on Nevada's first children's hospital, when crime rates come down, and when graduation rates improve, that motivates me. That's why I do it.
2025 is bringing big changes for Nevada businesses. If you have more than 5 employees and have been operating for 3 years or more, you must now comply with new state retirement plan mandates. The Vegas Chamber 401k plan makes it easy, offering a proven, customizable, and cost-effective plan for employers and employees to save with tax advantages. Visit vegaschamber.com to explore options and see how the Vegas Chamber can help you start saving for your future.
Hear ye, hear ye! All hail the $75,000 Cash is King giveaways at Tamarack Casino. Rule the kingdom with cash giveaways every Thursday and Saturday. And live royally with up to $10,000 in winnings every week. Eat, play, win! Your good times are at Tamarack Casino.
At Nevada Urban Indians in Reno, your health is our priority. Our medical clinic welcomes everyone. We accept all insurances, ensuring quality care is within reach. Nevada Urban Indians, your partners in health.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Kathleen Taylor. She is a candidate for Reno mayor. So you've been all over the city campaigning, going door to door. What are the top things that people are saying to you?
Well, it's not data centers until the last couple of homelessness is a huge problem across the city. I'm hearing.
What are they saying about it?
People are saying that they are tired of seeing people panhandling on the corners. They're tired of seeing people sleep in the parks. They're tired of people pushing shopping carts all over the place. And then, the smaller crimes, like they're breaking into businesses, they're defacing businesses. They want a safe, clean downtown. I would say homelessness is the number one concern. Growth is probably number two. And then
growth in what respect?
The people are concerned about the infrastructure that we have or don't have to support the traffic and the amount of people that are moving here, the housing industry. What I try and let people know is by the time you actually see something going vertical, it's been a project for 10 years. The entitlement process is so long. Money is more expensive these days to build. We've gone through a pandemic. Things are just going up. But it's also good because we have people want to be here. I mean, we're creating a region and a lifestyle that people want. The quality of life here is fantastic. And I think there's room for everybody.
It was interesting. I was moderating a conversation between candidates for Sparks mayor. And one of the candidates said that the sitting council person and the sitting mayor should have anticipated that TRI would be the success it became and built all the infrastructure ahead of time.
Spoken like somebody that's never been in the development world.
and that was, your laughter was pretty much my response too. But, you know, I tried to point out that the people who live in a place are not going to pay for infrastructure that's going to be utilized 20 years from now.
Exactly.
So you're going to start out with a 2-lane road, not an 8-lane highway.
And the development does pay for the infrastructure. So we charge the developers road impact fees and building fees to pay for the infrastructure. We're not going to ask your neighbors that are already there, you know, they did their part. So, or through a special assessment district when people come in too.
I was just in the LA area.
I'm sorry.
Well, we were staying in Beverly Hills.
Oh, okay.
A very nice hotel.
Do you know Nevada has a Beverly Hills?
I did not.
It is east of Wells.
Okay. All right, well, that may be on my list now. But a very reasonably priced hotel in Beverly Hills. There are no homeless in Beverly Hills. Yeah. I don't know how they do it, but they have block upon block upon block upon block of homelessness. And not in Beverly Hills, but in LA, as you know. And what is stunning to me is that it isn't just Republicans that are complaining about the homeless, it's Democrats too. And not to get too much into the federal elections, but that was a knock almost immediately from Democrat friends who blamed Gavin Newsom for the homelessness in LA, even though he's not the mayor of LA,
right,
but as the governor and potentially for his presidential run.
Yeah.
So I wonder, does that play into local politics as
Yeah,
well?
it's a nonpartisan issue. Yeah, I hear it across the board. It doesn't matter. I knock on independent, Democrat, and Republican doors, and it is across the board a concern.
All right, let's take another break. We'll be right back.
We're the Peters family, 2 combat veterans, our daughter Elle, and our Liberty Dogs puppy in training, Cooper.
Cooper will grow up to be a life-changing companion to a veteran with visible or invisible challenges.
We're helping Cooper build focus and confidence so he's ready to support his veteran.
And we know he will help bring happiness and independence to his veteran's life.
So join us, become a puppy raiser, and change lives, one puppy at a time.
The trucking industry is the most resilient link in the supply chain, moving 95% of our freight in the Silver State. And while essential, the road isn't always smooth. Supply chain disruptions, rising fuel costs, and unrealistic rules and laws that hamper our ability to serve our customers and country. Our prosperity and every sector of the economy, manufacturing, mining, medicine, and food from farm to table, is tied to trucks. There's nothing without trucking.
A power line is more than a power line. It's maintaining the bottom line for small businesses. It's keeping the assembly line moving for our workforce. For our brightest minds, it's meeting a deadline. It's on the front line with our heroes. And on the sidelines of the biggest games. It's a direct line to our loved ones. And it's a lifeline for the most vulnerable. There's a lot on the line.
Welcome to Story County, where history meets innovation and a pioneering spirit continues to shape our future. At the heart of the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, we power the future with global leaders in technology and manufacturing, driving progress that reaches far beyond our county lines. From advanced manufacturing to tech innovation, our industries are creating thousands of quality careers, fueling a vibrant economy that benefits every Nevadan. Our community is our foundation. Be part of a legacy built on bold ideas and boundless possibilities. Story County, helping build Nevada's future.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Kathleen Taylor. She is a candidate for Reno mayor. An interesting proposal came out from a group called the Eddy, which is a bar and recreation area that's down on the river in downtown Reno. They want to take over the city plaza because the bridge that they sit on basically is going to be reconstructed, and that's going to be a couple of years that would severely impact their business. The response has been a very loud roar. I'm not saying necessarily no, but a very loud roar. What were your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's exciting. I think we have to look at it. It goes back to the data center conversation, right? I mean, we have to at least be willing to have the conversation and see what it is. I don't know all the details, but the idea that somebody, again, wants to invest in downtown Reno and make something better, we need to be able to have that conversation and see how we can work together.
You know, years ago, when Harrah's, which owned what is now the Row in downtown, I'm sorry, not the Row, they own the Harrah's property in downtown Reno. They bought this plaza, and it used to be Harold's Club and the Nevada Club. And I asked somebody high up whether they were going to build something fantastic there, and they said, no, the return on investment would not be that great in Reno. And yet at this moment in time, this is 20, maybe 25 years later, you've got Jeff Jacobs investing $1 billion, Alex Morello investing $1 billion, Atlanta's sitting, you know, with no debt. I mean, this is a phenomenal time. And so the idea that somebody wants to invest in downtown Reno, I think just continues what we've been looking at.
It's exciting. I mean, we have an amazing community. Reno is strong. We're just going to keep getting stronger, and there are good things ahead.
I think the $1 a year rent was probably an opening bid.
We have room to work.
Good luck on the campaign trail.
Thanks, Sam.
And we'll be right back.
Stack up the wins during Carson Valley Inn's Summer Toys and Big Cash giveaways. Cash drops every Thursday and Saturday with over 450 winners. Plus, win a new side-by-side or $12,000 in cash at each event. Free wheels, free play, and bigger thrills. Only at Carson Valley Inn.
Each day, the Children's Advocacy Alliance partners with leaders, legislators, and families across Nevada to improve children's health, education, economic well-being, and safety. We recognize Nevada will be no better than the state of its children. Be a part of this change. Be a supporter of the Children's Advocacy Alliance. For more information, go to CAANV.org.
Imagine a magical garden that feeds Carson City's hungry and homeless, teaches our high school students agriculture, creates hanging floral displays to beautify downtown, and yet charges nothing. It's not magic. It's the Greenhouse Project. It's real, it's growing, and it needs your help. Go online to carsоncitygreenhouse.org so together we can grow it forward.
Check out our archives section on NevadaNewsmakers.com. Great interviews going back as far as 2002. Really worth watching. We'll see you on the next podcast.